And tonight, first from the U.S. concerning those sanctions imposed against the Kremlin, the FBI seizing a mega yacht in Spain with very close ties to Russian President Vladimir Putin, and the Justice Department says it won't be the last. Correspondent Tom Negevin is live outside the Russian Federation's offices in New York. So, Tom, what do we know about this yacht and its owner?
Its owner quite a bit, Rudabeh. He has a lot of history around here, literally right around this part of the United States. That yacht, think about a liveaboard for a Bond villain. We're getting a pretty close look at it tonight, thanks to authorities in Spain and video from our own Department of Justice. New tonight, FBI and ICE agents alongside Spain's Civil Guard inside a super yacht few people have seen up close. While they're on board, divers are searching the water. What they're looking for, officials aren't saying. The yacht is the Tango, valued at around $90 million U.S., registered out of the Cook Islands by a group called a renter. Her real owner, the feds say, Russian oligarch and Putin ally Viktor Vekselberg, the billionaire who heads the Moscow-based Renova Group with assets in mining and tech. Tonight, all of his U.S. assets have been frozen. The DOJ wants the yacht forfeited as the proceeds of a crime.
Today marks our task force's first seizure of an asset belonging to a sanctioned individual with close ties to the Russian regime. It will not be the last.
It's the work of a task force called Kleptocapture, set up last month to target Russians who try to get around U.S. sanctions over the war in Ukraine. And it's been busy. Video from Trieste, Italy last month. Financial investigators aboard a Russian-owned super yacht that makes the Tango look like a rowboat, valued at more than $500 million. And this is the super yacht Solaris off Montenegro. Authorities have been watching her too, and reportedly keeping an even closer eye on her owner, 55-year-old Roman Abramovich, a Russian metals and petroleum magnate known for his taste in luxury boats, believed to have bought or built at least 7 of the world's largest, some of which he sold to other oligarchs, all now working to keep them away from authorities here in the U.S. Much like Viktor Vekselberg, the owner of the Tango, Rudabeh, he has a lot of history in the northeastern U.S. His own property here in New York and Connecticut, has been a green card holder, and was reportedly also interviewed as part of the Mueller probe into former President Donald Trump. Rudabeh?
It is interesting to see everything unfolding here. Tom, thank you. And there are hundreds of thousands of ships at sea right now, cargo ships, fishing ships, and somewhere in all of this, the U.S. is trying to hunt down more of the most wanted yachts in the world. Steph Casella is the CEO of Asset Forfeiture Law. He joins us tonight. Welcome. So we just saw Vekselberg's seized yacht. Why does the DOJ have authority to seize a Russian-owned yacht in Spanish water?
Oh, good question. Well, the president can announce through his presidential powers that assets of certain specially designated nationals can be frozen, which is what's been done with respect to a lot of the assets of Russia and Russian individuals. But in order to confiscate, that is to forfeit the asset, the Justice Department has to prove a crime. It has to prove that the property was derived from or used to commit a crime. In this case, what the government has alleged is that the Russian yacht was maintained in a way that violated the sanctions because Mr. Whatever his name is, Vekselberg, registered it in the name of a shell company that was formed in the British Virgin Islands, that he flagged it in the Cook Islands, and then he ran money through U.S. bank accounts, hiding his identity, hiding his ownership of the yacht, so as to evade the sanctions. If he hadn't done that, then the banks would not have processed his dollar transactions, and he would not have been able to pay for the maintenance of the yacht in Spain. And so those were U.S. crimes. And when that happens and the property is subject to forfeiture, the government has to bring what's called a civil forfeiture action, and then it has to prove the crime, that is, in this case, the evasion of the sanctions, and the money laundering that took place to evade the sanctions. and then it has to, and he has to prove that. But if it does, it can forfeit the property.
Well, it's very inconspicuous, this yacht. Okay, so where do these yachts go once they're confiscated? Are they auctioned off? And if so, who can afford to pay for them?
Well, it's a very long process. Today, the yacht was seized. Seizure is to forfeiture like an arrest is to a conviction. The seizure is not the end of the process, it's the beginning. They have to send notice to the gentleman, and he has an opportunity to contest the forfeiture. If he does file a claim contesting the forfeiture, then, and he's got standing to do so, then the government has to prove the crime. As I pointed out, they claim it's bank fraud. They claim it's a violation of the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. They claim it's property involved in money laundering. The government has to prove that. And if it does, and of course, he would have a right to a jury trial, at the end of the day, and it might take years, then the government would take title. It would become the owner of the yacht. And only then could the government sell it. The Marshal Service takes possession of forfeited property all the time, and then it conducts an auction, and whoever wants to buy it, aside from Mr. Vexelberg, can do so.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.